Lucy's Moonlight Adventure at Hwaseong, Haenggung. The summer evening air was warm and thick, with the scent of honeysuckle and the cheerful buzz of cicadas. Lucy walked between her mom, SJ, and her dad, Maddox, her heart thrumming with excitement. Tonight was special. They were going to the nighttime opening of Hwaseong Haenggung, the beautiful temporary palace in Suwon. Just as they were nearing the main gate, Maddox paused, a mischievous twinkle in his eye. "Before we enter the Palace of Kings," he announced dramatically, "we must first have a royal treat. I know just the place." He led them away from the main path and down a quiet side street. The cafe was small and cozy. Soon, a waiter brought a magnificent bowl to their table. It was patbingsu, a mountain of fluffy, milk-white shaved ice, crowned with a generous scoop of sweet red bean paste, chewy rice cakes, and a dusting of roasted soybean powder. "It's huge," Lucy gasped, her eyes as wide as the bowl. The icy sweetness was the perfect antidote to the warm night. They all dug in with their spoons, laughing as they tried to get the perfect combination of ice, red bean, and rice cake in one bite. "This is the best patbingsu I've ever had," Lucy declared between mouthfuls. With their bellies full of the sweet, cold dessert, they finally entered the palace grounds. It was like stepping into another world. The ancient wooden architecture was bathed in a soft, ethereal glow from carefully placed lights, making the buildings look like they were floating in the darkness. "It's magical," SJ whispered, her arm around Lucy's shoulders. They strolled through the sprawling courtyards, their footsteps making a soft, crunching sound on the gravel. On the wall of a large building, a light show was playing, projecting swirling patterns of flowers and birds that danced across the dark wood. In the center of the yard stood a giant, glowing orb that looked just like the full moon. "Go stand by the moon, Lucy," Maddox called out, getting his phone ready. Lucy ran over and struck a pose, making a heart shape with her hands. "You're my little moonbeam," Maddox said with a laugh as he snapped the photo. They found a quiet corner of the palace next to a still, dark pond. The reflections of the lanterns and the illuminated rooftops shimmered on the water's surface like scattered jewels. They sat together on glowing, cube-shaped seats, simply enjoying the peace and the cool night breeze. They peeked into some of the palace rooms, which were set up with displays of wax figures to show what life was like for the royal family. They saw models of elaborate meals laid out on low tables and figures dressed in stunning traditional hanbok. "It's like we've traveled back in time," Lucy said, her face close to the glass. As the closing time approached, they slowly made their way back to the entrance. The lanterns lining the path seemed to nod gently in the breeze, as if bidding them a silent farewell. Lucy looked back one last time at the dreamlike palace, her heart full of a quiet, happy warmth. This was a night she would never forget.